Hey everyone, this is me, Katrina, the owner of Kathim Creations, Reefs and Things, and I am showing you an unboxing of a 4-shelf metal rolling cart. Here I am down in my workroom, and we're starting to take it out the box. Be advised, everything is wrapped in plastic, so you know you have to take everything out the plastic, so that's what you're going to see me doing next. I just tilted the box upside down. It was much easier than trying to pull everything out the box. So I tilted the box upside down, and now we're going to start picking the pieces apart so we can lay it out to make sure we have everything. So here's more. I think this is part of the legs, the bottom part where the legs are. So we're taking it out the plastic, and then I'll be going through taking out some of the other parts to it as well. That box has all the wheels and the screws and everything in it. As you can see, that right there, what I have in my hand is the instructions. So I'll put that to the side. I'm going to continue to take everything out of the bag so I can see that I have everything. This is the metal shelves, and once I take all of them out, I will show them all to you. But that's one shelf. This is the second shelf. I'm going to take out the plastic. And then we should have 2 more that you see me take out. Yep, that's the third one. And don't mind me, I'm just throwing everything on the floor right now. That's just my work area. That's how I do when I'm working. I don't worry about throwing anything in the garbage. At the end of the day, I always clean up my room. And that's number 4. And these are metal shelves. So I'm showing it to you now. 2 of the metal shelves. Nice wide size, so they're pretty good. They hold a lot of stuff. Those are the other 2 metal shelves. I really like this shelf unit because it's metal. It's not plastic. It's going to hold better. When you put stuff on it, roll it around. If it get banged, bent, dinged, it'll be okay. Everything will be fine. That's me opening up the box. I told you earlier that contained the wheels, and yeah, because did I not tell you it's a rolling cart? That's one of the best things about it. So this has the sides of the cart and the screws and the wheels all inside it. I'm just glancing over at the instructions because yes, I'm one of the ones that read instructions, and you should be too. I know we can freelance a lot of stuff, but hey, it's always good to glance over the instructions. So I'm showing you the wheels, the screws. Those are the wheels. The first thing was mostly the screws. These are the sides to the shelf. So we're gonna start taking those out and starting to put the shelving unit together. I don't know why at the time when I was shooting this video that I did not just talk you through it as I was doing it. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I wanted to try this voiceover thing. So hey, in the comments, let me know how I'm doing. I don't know. This is my kind of first time doing this voiceover thing, doing the whole instructions. I have done videos where it was short, but this is doing the whole instructions. As you can see, I took everything, all of the legs out of the bags so you can see them. So there they are right there in front of us, laid on the counter. I'm going to start figuring out how to put it together. I'm still glancing at the instructions, trying to make sure that I have the bottom pieces and everything where I need to have them at this time. I'm counting to make sure I have all the pieces that I'm supposed to have, checking the wheels and the screws and all of that, trying to make sure. So now we're going to start assembling the bottom half of this cart. I'm trying to lay it out so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you in front of the camera so you can see what's happening. I should have shot this the landscape way instead of the portrait way, but I'm learning how to do this, ladies and gentlemen. It'll get better. Trust me, my videos will get better. But this is me still looking over the instructions, back at the instructions to make sure I got the right pipe, the screw, trying to make sure I have everything so I can put it together for you guys. So I'm still looking over it. I'm actually pulling out the screws and nails at the time, trying to make sure I have the right ones to go at the right place. And that's what I'm doing at this point. So I figured out, I read the instructions and I figured out what I need to do there. So I'm gonna start putting that together now. That's what I'm doing. Adding those screws there, getting that done on all 4 corners of that half there, trying to make sure it's done. And yeah, by the way, I did have my TV on, so I wanted to watch a little something while I did it. This is the first shelf that's going on. And like I said, I love it because it's metal. Now, I have been looking at this shelf. By the way, I'm sorry, let me just tell you, this shelf is at Michael's. They have a 3 metal shelf rolling cart, and they have a 4 metal shelf rolling cart. I opted up for the 4 rolling shelf metal cart because I am taller. So I like to have things at least at my waist height. So the 3 metal shelf would have been too short for me, so I got the 4 metal shelf. And like I said, these are at Michael's, and they always have them. I very rarely see them out of stock. So if you're interested in getting them, they're at Michael's. And let me tell you, trust me, it is great. It holds all my stuff, all my things that I need immediately for my crafting. And what I mean by that, if you like, I make wreaths and I make balloon decorations. So if I need my glue, if I need my Chanel stems, if I need my rubber bands, if I need my air machine, if I need my scissors, my rotary cutter, all of those things, those are things that I need immediately, and this shelf holds it all. So as you can see now, I've put 4 legs on, and these kind of go straight down the middle. They're not on the outside of the square shelving unit. It's straight up the sides. So that's why they look so close together, because these poles are in the middle of your tray and not on the outside of your tray. So I'm showing you what it looks like. Just showing you what it looks like. I'm showing you I'm screwing in another 2 screws, because that's how you attach them to each other. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, there was a blooper. Yes, there was. So you'll see that a little later on in the video. I did put something on incorrectly, and I had to take it back off and redo it. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, like I was saying, these shelves are at Michael's, and they normally always have them. Sometimes you can catch them on sale, so you may want to wait till they go on sale. I think when I bought this, I caught it on a really good sale. I think it was like $39, and they're normally like $59 for the 4 shelf rolling cart. So I got a couple of dollars off on it, so that was good. So you may want to wait for that if you can. But I'm telling you, this cart is worth the money, because it just made my life very, 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 very organized, where I know where all of my immediate tools are at one time. It's perfect. I no longer have to look underneath my shelf. Like, that is my work desk that I'm on, but normally it would be cluttering up my work table, and also underneath my work table also, and I have to go bend down, try to find stuff, yada yada. But now with this, I just roll it to me, get what I need, and roll it back, or I just reach over because it's at the end of my table and I get whatever I need. So it just works out perfectly. So this is me just giving you another vantage, showing you how I'm putting on the second shelf. I'm going to bring it down off the table so we have more room, and I can show you what I'm doing as I'm putting on the shelves. You can see them there on the table. So I'm just trying to make more room, so, and not be in front of the camera, because I realized when I put the shelves there, it was blocking the view. So I said, let me just change that up and put something that's lower to the table in front of the camera, so you can actually see the shelving behind. Now, this is the part I told you where I think I realized I messed up. I was like, wait a minute. Then I was like, no, maybe I didn't. So we'll see, because I'll get to that part where I realized I did something wrong and I had to, you know, redo it. It wasn't a big deal. This is not a shelving, rolling metal cart that has a whole bunch of parts to it. When I did realize I made a mistake, it was just a matter of untwisting it and then just retwisting it and going on with my day. It was not hard at all. This is me putting on the next level, which you'll see. And all of them is just that when you get to each, it's a screw, and that's how you connect it. It's screwed in, so it's pretty sturdy. Now, you don't want to be hanging from this. No, absolutely. I mean, it's not that sturdy, but it is sturdy enough to hold your things that you work with, as long as you don't have, like, you know, 50-pound weights that you have to put up there. Then, of course, you're going to mess it up. But if you just got some crafting material that you need to use by your table, this is perfect for that. So you definitely may want to go ahead and just use this for that. Like I said, I've been eyeing this cart for a while, so I was really excited about getting it and putting it together for you guys. So I'm putting up the next side, and on each side it is 2 rows of piping. So I think I showed you that a little earlier. So I'm actually going to, at this point, look and see if I have everything, lay everything out, see how it looks. So that's what I'm doing, making sure I have all the screws and everything out the bag. I'm just checking everything out. So, by the way, while I'm doing this, the wreaths behind me are for sale on my Etsy. So if you want, you can go to my Etsy and you can check those out because they are available. I can ship them within a day of you ordering and get it to you as soon as possible. So we have a welcome spring wreath and we have some patriotic wreaths hanging behind me. So just to let you know that those are available on my Etsy. And if you want to see me make my wreaths, you can head over to my YouTube channel. That is Kathiem Creations Wreaths and Things, or just Kathiem Creations on my YouTube channel. Look it up and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe to my channel, then you'll get notified each and every time I upload a new video to my YouTube channel. So if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and I'm not quite there yet, so I need you guys' help to get there. So this is me about to put on a second shelf, seeing how it fits, seeing if everything is right, checking it out, seeing how the third shelf is going on. Because I think at this point I realized, wait a minute, I'm short something, so I have to figure something out, or something I didn't do right. So that's for me looking at the instructions. And like I said, it may happen. It's no big deal. No big deal. You'll figure it out because it's real simple. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm trying to look and see what the other pieces are. Trying to see if I have everything, because I noticed at this point that I don't have everything I'm supposed to have. That's why I'm looking at the grabbing the bag like, oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Like, what did I do wrong? That's me. That's what's going on right now in my brain. I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong at, because it seemed so very simple, which it is. But I'm just trying to figure out, okay, I think I did something wrong. Let me look at these instructions a little bit more carefully, and that's what I'm doing. Definitely, when you, that's what I always tell people, just try to, read the instructions through. I was very eager. I don't have patience, so I'm good for just, going through with it, thinking I know everything. And this is me moving the shelves out the way, checking with the instructions again. Just trying to make sure, trying to see exactly where I went wrong at. And like I said, even though I made did something wrong, don't mean you will do the same thing. But this is me realizing, yep, I put that on wrong. I'm gonna have to change that. So it's just a matter of easily twisting that back off. That's all you have to do. Not very hard at all. And once I twist it off, you'll see what I do next. Just trying to make sure I have everything. And I'm just twisting them back off. Like I said, they were just held on by screws. So not very difficult. I didn't have to do a lot to it to get it off. I realize I'm showing you some pieces I forgot to put on. So that's me showing that to you, because that's what I did. I forgot to put some pieces on. And I think those are what they call washers. And I didn't put those on. So that's what I'm doing there. Trying to add it like I was supposed to. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just trying to put the washers in because I had forgot those. You know how we get, we crafters, we get impatient with putting things together, especially when it's something we really, really want and need for our crafting room. So I got a little ahead of myself. So, but like I said, this is super easy, super, super easy. So you don't have to worry about it, because I'm not a person that likes to buy things that has a lot of parts that I have to put together, because it's so easy to get confused with what goes where. So being that I was able to just sit there and just figure it out, realize where I went wrong and figure it out, it will be a piece of cake for you. So it's just me adding the washers to the other side. I'm rechecking the instructions this time to make sure I do it right the second go around. I'm looking to make sure I have all the parts where they're supposed to be before I start putting it back together. I'm just making sure I have everything, checking everything, because it just seemed like I'm missing something for some reason. It seemed like I'm missing something. Like I said, I should have been talking you through this as I was putting it together, so you can really understand where my mind frame was at the time. But I'm just trying to make sure, because it seemed like I was off or something was missing. So I was just looking around trying to make sure I had everything. That's why I have that concerned look on my face, like, what is going on? Like, what did I just do wrong? I'm adding the washers. Still seem like I'm doing something wrong. Feels like something is off or I'm missing a step. I'm just trying to go through it and make sure that I do have everything I'm supposed to have and I have it together properly. So that's just what I'm doing. So I'm twisting the legs back on. And like you said, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is in real time. It happens. It's fine. It's okay. Don't get frustrated. Like I tell you guys all the time, this is not rocket science. This is your art. This is you taking your time and getting your workspace in order. So if it takes you a couple of extra minutes to figure out putting a shelf together that you need for your business, take the time to put it together. It's not a big deal. If you have to take it apart halfway through and put it back together again, it is okay. And it's also okay to walk away from it. So if it's something that's really frustrating you, give yourself a moment and walk away from it. It is okay. It is not the end of the world. You will figure it out, or you can ask for help. My husband wasn't home. I don't think he was home at the time. My daughter was upstairs with my grandson. So I was like, I'm just going to figure this out. I didn't really think I needed any help. I figured I would figure it out and get this shelf together, because I really needed it. I really have been ironing this shelf for a long time, and I needed it. So this is me putting on the second shelf. And it, like I said, it wasn't difficult at all once I got everything on it like it was supposed to be. It wasn't difficult at all. And what I like about this shelving unit is the fact that you can space out your shelves how you want it, how you need it, how you like it. So if you only need your top two shelves to be, further apart, then your bottom two shelves were closer together. Or in any configuration that you need it to be. You know, the two bottom ones close together or the two middle ones close together, whatever you need to suit your crafting needs. That's what I liked about the shelving unit, is that it did not have set spaces for the shelves. You are able to set the spacing yourself. So that's what I really liked about this unit, is the fact that you can really customize it with your spacing how you want it. So this is me. Of course, my back is in the way. I'm forgetting that I'm videotaping again. So instead of me turning to my side, you guys have my back. I do apologize for that. But what I'm doing here on the other side is I'm just trying to look at spacing and twisting the screw on the side to put it tight in the height that I want it on. So that's just what I'm doing on the sides there. Like I said, if you get this unit, all of that is self-explanatory in the instructions, and you'll see it. So that's me. I'm happy with that. I'm going to put on the next shelf, and this is shelf number 3. And I think this time I do it right, where you guys don't really get my back. I show you me trying to figure out putting the shelves without you seeing my back. I think that's what I did this time, but we shall see. But you put a piece on, it's like a little clamp piece, and you put the screw in, and then you tighten up the screw. But you don't want to tighten it up too tight, because you have to put the other side on. So you just want to put it on enough to hold it on one side, and then you go over to the other side and you do the very same thing on the other side. I think more than likely I'll be buying another one of these shelving units, because they are very convenient and they hold a lot. The shelves are pretty big. I mean, they're not huge, but they're big enough to hold craft supplies. You know, like if you have a Cricut, this would be perfect for a Cricut. I forgot once again. You guys got my back again. I do apologize. But like I said, this is perfect for, like, if you have Cricut, you do any of those things. We have small papers, yarns, you have pens, you have stencils, you have stuff like that. This is like perfect for storing and having your immediate crafting supplies. So I'm showing you the 3 shelves I already have put up. We're going to put on the last shelf here to the top. And that's how that just sits up there, and then you screw the screws on the top. So that is your top shelf. And as you can see, I kind of spaced them out pretty evenly. I did change that later on, because once I put my Chanel stems, if you work with Chanel stems, they're pretty long, and I wanted them to fit underneath. So I have quite a few Chanel stems. So I have one group on my top shelf, and I have one group on my second shelf, and I needed the space to make sure it fit underneath with no problem. So I did respace it, but that's just a matter of you unscrewing the screw at the end and on both sides, and moving the shelf up and down and tighten it where you need it to be. Very simple, very easy. Something you can definitely do by yourself. It took me almost 30 minutes, but that's because I had that little goof up, you know, that little mess up where I forgot to put the washers in. But without that, because I think that was like 5 minutes right there, me trying to figure that out, because my brain is just slow. So it would have took me maybe 15 minutes to put this together. And if you watch this video, then it may even take you less, because you can see the video, already know what you need to do. And it probably will go a lot smoother once you get it and bring it home yourself. And this is me showing you the shelf, letting you see how it looks right here on the whole shelf. So now I'm reaching for the wheels, and I'm going to put the wheels on. I love things that roll. I really do. I love the convenience of being able to move things around. Like my work desk that you see me working on is on wheels. It's a very heavy desk. I'm very glad it's on wheels, but it is on wheels. So if I need to move it somewhere, I can move it somewhere without a problem. So I'm just reading the instructions, looking over it again, make sure I put the wheels in the proper place, because I don't want to do that and it's not right. So I'm turning it upside down at this point. And I realize it can't fit there. It needs to go on the floor. I'm moving my table out the way because I had it on top of my table. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And I am just screwing the wheels into the bottom half. And once you get it in, you can just twist it around like you see me doing to make it go down quicker. Then there's like a little nut piece there. You want to make sure that's tight as well. So that was just me doing that. They have like a little wrench that you use to tighten up that nut on the wheel. So that's what you see me using right there, like a little wrench that they provide with you in the package, in the box. So I'm using that just to hold the wheel, to get the nut tight around the wheel so it stays into place. It was a little tricky to figure out in the beginning because it kept moving and I had to figure out how to hold the wheel to keep the nut from moving, but once I figured that out, it was simple. And by this time I have figured that out. That's why I'm tightening it up on the wheel. So I don't want to over tighten it, but I wanted to make sure it's secure, so I just let you know, that's not a $200 shelving unit, so you want to make sure, you don't over tighten it. I did give it a little, make sure it's tight enough where I got a little tension, and that was it. I left it after that. So this is just me using the wrench in the beginning instead of just twisting the wheel, because that was kind of a waste. You need to just go ahead from the beginning, put the wheel on, and then just use the wrench to tighten it down, and that way you get it tight quicker. And that's what I'm doing with the second wheel, and I'll be doing the same for the other two wheels on the opposite side once I get to it. And that's me making sure my phone was still videoing, because sometimes it would cut off on me. So I want to make sure, so that's me tightening up that wheel. So you give it a little tension and you let it go. You don't want to overdo it. But I'll tell you my reviews on this cart. I love it, love it, love it. I have nothing bad to say about this cart at all. It's exactly what I needed it to be, to hold my immediate crafting supplies. And it's just perfect, because it's metal. You don't have to worry about the heat. Like I have a what you call it, what do you call that thing? It heats up, and it actually it's like not a heat gun. Well, I do have a heat gun that I can actually store there. Being that it's metal, I can actually store my hot heat gun on it. So that's what I like about it. If you deal with something hot, like my mesh, I use a heating tool on my mesh. And if that tool is hot and I have to store it somewhere, just lay it somewhere while I'm working on it, I can actually clear out a shelf and put it on that and use that while I'm working, because it's a metal shelf. So this shelf is very versatile to me. I really like that ability to be able to use this shelf even when I'm using my hot material, like my hot glue pot or my hot glue gun. I can actually have on that metal shelf. I just clear out a shelf and I put it up there, and there you go. I have an area for it where it's not going to fall over. It's not going to hurt anything else. It'll be fine. So now we're on my last wheel. On the last wheel, and I'm just trying to make sure it's in there good and tight, because I don't want to be rolling it in the wheel pop off. We do not want that, even though it's right in my craft room, no big deal, but still, I want it to be working in good order. So that's me. I made sure I got that, went around and I checked the other wheel to make sure I had the tension that I wanted, where it wasn't too tight. I felt like it was. The wheels were up there pretty good. And now this is me showing you it from the bottom to the top. Bottom to the top. Absolutely love this set. Absolutely. So if you're thinking about getting one for your crafting room, I'm just showing you right now. You see my little caddy, that little plastic caddy I got from the Dollar Tree. It has my scissors and my pens and pencils, things that I need, rubber bands, just stuff that I need immediately for my crafting room. I am happy, everybody, as you can see. Until we meet again, bye.